We live in a hypercritical world where it doesn't seem any leader can escape the harsh judgment of the media and the masses. Nothing a leader can do is good enough, and it seems skeletons, real or fraudulent, are always found in any leader's closet. The saying, perfection is the enemy of good, fits perfectly when it comes to leaders. As people demand perfect leadership, they end up chasing away perfectly good leaders. In this week's Torah portion, we find an example of a rare case where perfection wasn't required, and as a result, perfectly good leaders were found. As part of his parting words to the Jewish people, Moshe recounts how he came to appoint leaders and judges over the Jewish people. Moshe said, "How can I bear the trouble, the burden, the bickering of all of you unaided? Pick from each of your tribe's candidates who are wise, discerning, and experienced, and I will appoint them as your heads." You answered me and said, "What you propose to do is good." I took your tribal leaders, wise and experienced men, and appointed them heads over you, chiefs of thousands, chiefs of hundreds, chiefs of 50s, and chiefs of 10s, and officials for your tribes. In his commentary to these psukim, the Cheskuni wrote, Rashi points out that apparently Moshe had not found men possessed of insight, one of the criteria that Yitro had told him to look for in men appointed to judge others. He had only found men that could be called righteous, wise, and knowledgeable. What happened to the other 4 qualifications stipulated by Yitro as a precondition for acting as a judge? The Cheskuni continued, the fact that the 7 qualifications do not appear consecutively, but only 4 of them appear in the verse quoted, is a hint that if all these virtues could not be found in one man, then we would have to settle for less. King Solomon in Proverbs pointed out how difficult it is to find even one woman who could be described as a woman of valor. The Cheskuni wrote further, Rabbi Berchaya, in the name of Rabbi Chama, son of Rabbi Chanina, is quoted in Deuteronomy Rabbah as having said, judges must possess 7 virtues: wisdom, insight, knowledge, plus the 4 listed in Shemot. The reason they do not appear altogether is to teach that the 7 virtues are meant as in the best case scenario. If it's impossible to find people with all these virtues, naturally we'll have to settle for less. And we find a similar allowance for compromise on leadership when it comes to selecting a chazan to lead the prayers. Since the chazan represents the congregation and helps them fulfill their obligation, ideally the chazan should be free of sin and possess a good reputation. He should be humble, respected by the congregation, and accepted as a leader. Additionally, he should have a pleasant and melodious voice that inspires the heart, and be knowledgeable in Scripture, ensuring fluency in the verses of prayer. If no one who possesses all these qualities is available, then the congregation should select someone who excels in wisdom and good deeds. When choosing a leader, the Jewish people must be careful not to have unrealistic expectations about the qualities of their leaders. They should be happy as long as our leaders possess enough talent to lead the nation properly. Shalom.